This is the third video in our tutorial series on configuring and using BigBrother CCTV Server. In the previous video we set up a Samba file server so that we could access the recorded files conveniently from a PC, and we've got the recording folder open here for today, Saturday, and you can see that I started the server up at 14:11 and it started a new recording at the next hour, 1500, and it started another new recording at the following hour, 1600, which it's currently the one that it's writing to. You can see the size increasing. The time at the moment is 16:07, 16:08, and let's suppose that an incident had just happened and I want to go back and review the CCTV footage. Although I can open any of these older files because they're no longer being written to, what I can't do is open this 1600 file because it's still being written to. If I try to open it, I will get an error message saying that the file can't be played. And that's the purpose of the button here in the interface, Start a New File for all current recordings. If we look in the configuration file, we've got an option here at the bottom, Allow New File from Web, and that's set to true. If that option was set to false or it wasn't there, then that button on the web interface would not be present. But even with that button there, we need to take a couple of extra steps to make it work. At the moment, if I try clicking that, we'll get the message saying it will terminate current recordings and start new ones. But if we say OK, we'll get an error message, and we need to go through a few extra steps to make that work, which is what we're going to look at in this video. So in the README file, we can see that in order to set this feature up, we need to copy the kill command from the operating system's kill command from where it's located by default into the BigBrother directory. So the first thing we need to do is have a look where that command is located. So we'll do which kill, and it tells us it's in /bin, and then we'll do cp/bin kill to user local BigBrother kill. And then we need to set the permissions on that file. So we need to change the owner to BigBrother and the group owner to CCTV Writers. And we need to set the mode to 750. And we need to set the set user ID bit on it. The reason for doing that is that our web server is running as www-data, which is the username that Apache on Debian uses. Our BigBrother server is running as the BigBrother user, and the Unix security system will only allow a process to send a signal to another process if it's running as the same user. So we need to copy the kill command, set its owner to BigBrother, and set the set user ID bit on it so that when the web server executes our copy of the kill command, it assumes the BigBrother privileges and can therefore send the signal. So if we now go back to, well, there's one other step we need to do first. Go back to the README file, we need to put the web server's username into the CCTV writers group, because we've set the group owner of the kill command to CCTV writers, and we've given the group execute permission. So in order for the web server to be able to use that command, we need to edit the group file and make sure that the web server username is in the CCTV writers group, which it is. So that's fine. There's an important security consideration that I need to point out at this point. The way it's set up at the moment, any script running on the web server, PHP script or whatever, has the permission to send any signal to the BigBrother process. So if this web server wasn't just dedicated to doing the CCTV, if you got other people running other websites on this web server, they could write a script which could send a signal to BigBrother to shut it down. Unfortunately, at the moment, there's not really a way around this. The kill command obviously has the ability to send any signal, and writing a specific replacement for the kill command that would just send a hang-up signal is a bit problematic, because I'm trying to keep the packages architecture independent, they're Python scripts and shell scripts, so that there's no compiled code in there, so they'll run on any architecture. You can't do this with a Python script, because the way the set user ID bit works, you can set the set user ID bit on the Python script, but as soon as the Python script is executed, it will drop those permissions before handing the script over to the Python binary itself. So the only way of doing it would be to write a compiled program in C or something like that, which would then mean that the packages were no longer architecture independent. So at the moment, I've chosen to do it like this, unless somebody can come up with a better alternative that gets around that issue. I'd be happy to hear any ideas, but at the moment, you just need to be aware that any other scripts that might be executed by your Apache web server could shut BigBrother down. We now go back to our web page and clear the messages and try again. Terminate all current recordings, and sure enough, this time we get a message saying all recordings have restarted. And if we go back to our files, we can see that current time at 16:14 a new recording has been started, and the 1600 file we can now open and view.